I'm like Roman Reigns in God mode now, especially for the roasting. My gosh. It's like next level. My freaking just the best of the best right now. All gotten to this point. Especially like me having championships and freaking Hawk or Joshua cannot do nothing about it, absolutely nothing, and he just cannot take it from me because I'm the one who showed him this in the first place. But yeah, let's get into this video.
This video you're about to watch does not go against any guideline. This is for satire and entertainment purposes only.
To put it in perspective right quick, the sniper was getting mad because she was not exposed, that's an overused term. She was obviously shown that she was copying content from other people, and it could have been, you know, her own idea if there wasn't so much evidence to prove that it very much looks like that she's copying off of content from other people. And so she went to this guy's house and just doxed him basically, and just started to harass him on live and went to his house. Kind of reminded me of the Bookie2988 situation with Frank Castle, which was a very cringy situation. Not for Boogie. I'm not going to defend Boogie, but I completely understand it because, I mean, come on. Like, I don't know who's defending the other guy, Frank Castle, if I'm being real. But with that said, laugh, you won't.
Well, he thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
It still is to me, but obviously he's not laughing because he's forcing himself not to laugh. And his friend's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, he doesn't care because he doesn't know. So that makes him automatically not care about what's going on. So why do you show all of your friends, also including your audience, is going to watch that video, and all those quote-unquote professional people are going to watch that video. So if you don't want me to be known, and you don't want people to see me, and you want me out of your life and this and that, but you're putting me straight up on your platform, pretty much giving me a shout out on a channel that I don't even use anymore. It's not active anymore. And I don't know why you want me to be X-Deadlies or stuck in the past, or I don't know why you are stuck in the past. But it's 2024, man. That was 2017, 2016 when I made that video. Am I the only one who's moved on? Like, I don't understand this kid. Why do you show all of your friends about stuff they don't even know about? Obviously, it's out of context and they don't care. Even if you explain it to them, they don't know because it's between me and you, not between whoever that is.
We had so many dumb things.
He's all like trying to find a video that me and him made, but no, we didn't make so many videos. And if we did make them, most of them were, what was it, the Georgie videos. And who took that off their channel, saying that they got hacked apparently? No, all you did was take down the videos and make the excuse saying that you got hacked. All you did was try your hardest to try to remove me, but then want me back in your life. You go back and forth, and I don't know how bad the bipolar is, but you go back and forth, and you cannot choose if you want me as a friend or not. You need to make your mind up. Are you going to go with your friends without the past of me and you hanging out? Are you going to forget all those memories and go with your friends' opinion of me and go to all those other people that don't know because they never hanged out with me? Are you going to go with them? Or are you going to go at those good memories that we had of me and you and all the videos that we made and all the Georgie content that you for whatever reason deleted and listened to your friends and your parents? What is it going to be? Are you going to be my friend or not? You have me blocked at the moment. So this right here is completely contradicting everything going forward. I don't understand it, but I don't think that everybody else does either. Also, the microphone quality is absolutely horrible. I cannot understand what he's saying. There's so much money that's being made apparently and so much being put into this, but I just cannot understand what he's saying. Why is he looking? He said reacting to his old content. Why is he on my channel? What the supposed to be about him, and he's going back to my channel. At least he acknowledges the reason why he's on YouTube, and the reason why he even does any of this right now is because of who else than moi. Then I don't suck on my thumb. Y'all need to calm down. Don't clip that. I need to wash my hands. Well, I don't understand if he wants to be friends or not. He obviously does, because he wouldn't be looking at my channel. 50 views, 60 views, 40 views, 30 views. Use of excessive profanity in my video. To consider the following: to age restrict, remove content, or issue a strike. Well, X-Deadlies is still up, so this is weird. And besides that, after seeing the video that he made about me, the video that I made called Move On that was a response into that video. As less of a response of me, it was more of me just saying what's already been said and the same thing. But it's something that I see that if he does that already as is, I could see why he has to use the fake viewers, because he's not going to get real YouTube help and YouTube helping him propel his channel and put his channel out there for people to see because of the excessive profanity, because of the, again, like I said, bad influences and negativity he has around him that he's not doing anything about, and I really hope he puts himself first.
This is what I would say as closest to a scam. I mean,
This is what I would say is both of these two examples channels, because these are the only two out of all the people that I talked about in the video and all the people that are continuing to talk trash on videos. There's still just two left that won't go away. The rest of them, those fleas, those bugs, squished, killed, everything. But these two cockroaches are still here and won't seem to go away. So I'm trying every bug spray possible. I'm trying Raid right now. And it's a kind of a double entendre meaning, because it's Raid with all the homies, the LGE, the fans, and everybody. And I'm not saying to, of course, witch hunt and stuff like that. I'm not saying go to these people's channels and, bring them down at all. I'm saying Raid a different way and perspective. But if you don't understand that and you misinterpret that to be as in like attacking these people, you have it all wrong. There's a difference between that and critiquing, which I am doing right now.
but mainly a spam, because he's spamming content that isn't entertaining. It's not trolling. It's talking smack and trash, trying to put people down. And I can't really specify what his channel is. When I look at it as a content creator, as a viewer, as a freaking audience member, when I look at it as every type of thing, I cannot find anything that would make it okay to put on YouTube,
or basically in general just have a purpose at all to really be on the platform. But I mean, I don't know.
to continue having that channel on YouTube. YouTube needs to overlook that channel. That's not what I meant to say. It needs to look at that channel and not...
Because they overlooked at the channels, which is perfectly said right there. I said the right word of what they've been doing this entire time. I have been letting YouTube know about this multiple times, so I'm just waiting for them to finally do something about it.
Not overlook that channel, because if they've overlooked that channel, that's why people don't go to YouTube, and that's simply why people don't use YouTube, is because people like that on the platform that go against the guidelines that they set up, YouTube sets up. So if you're gonna have guidelines, and then there's this too, and this is what he did in his videos, but nope, not against the guidelines. Let me see. He's white and he's saying the N-word to me, which is weird, but yeah, have fun with that.
Which is very hilarious that they talk about my music. If anybody from the hip-hop scene or anybody from the hip-hop culture, or really just anybody from music, or really anybody would see that guy using racial slurs and saying the N-word as he's white, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would not have that as an exception. There's no exception for it. He has no validation. He doesn't have the N-word pass, so don't work like that, boss.
He wouldn't want to do a Discord call, so that's impossible. We couldn't even debate, because I know if we had a conversation, he knew he would be wrong in every way possible. That's why.
And he wouldn't even do it at all. I've already tried to do it with Joshua and the other one, and pretty much everybody there. They always have me blocked, and they will not just simply answer. If it was Discord, I already tried Discord call with someone. Just answer a call and let's talk things out. Let's get this done and over with, and then move on. Let's figure things out and on a call, and do like a business call, professionally, and let's get this done and then move on. If not, let's just move on. But no, it's just it has to be the thing that they base their entire life, career, and everything about. They put all of their dedication into it. Scripted performances, satire, stand-up comedy, or music such as a diss track. And it's not an excuse to harass someone else and claim that I was joking. Once again, it's just like, since the roast of Justin Bieber's up, the roast of this person's up, and that's up on YouTube, it's again in that same category, and also it's not even named a diss track, and even if it was named a diss track, it would still be in that category because it's not a diss track. So, as you can see there, that's an exception on the creator policies and guidelines. So for anybody like Joshua who wants to go out there and say that I'm going against the guidelines or anything like that, and even in copyright, right here is an example from a video that I did over a year ago, back in October 2022.
It targets, insults, and abuses an identifiable individual based on their attributes across several uploads. And he's still on the platform. And this is another example right there.
There you go.
Repeatedly encourages abusive audience behavior. Another example. Like all of these examples, examples, right here in the policies that they set up that they still have done nothing about. Like all of these.
And that's not in the exceptions. The exceptions are one of its own categories, and that was an example of what they remove. And as they say, they may remove content or issues other penalties when a creator does that. That's not creation. That is unnecessary. And I completely hope that they look at the videos and actually do something about it. I may even tag them in the freaking title of this video. Who knows? Of course, there is misinformation on there. That's what the content that they're making. That isn't really even content, but that's also in the same category of what they're doing, is spreading misinformation, and it's basically just defamation. To put it simply, let's just be realistic. It's a waste of time for everybody, and they're just mad, and they should just keep it to themselves. But no. Their brothers and their one friend said it's something that they agree with, so just so they can keep leeching off of them. I already explained this. Also, it's kind of weird how he went from 300 subscribers to 1,000 so fast without no shoutouts, no reasoning, and no background or anything or explanation how he went from 300 to 1,000 very notably, mind you, after the time that I stopped talking to him and he starts talking to someone, not going to say who, but the fat man, the fat diabetic who doesn't get out of his house and he has so many health problems and you can hear it in his voice. He starts talking to him and all of a sudden he just skyrockets in not views. Everything else is obviously faked, but he skyrockets in subscribers. Very odd. Definitely not him actually getting money that he says, and he has all this money and he's noxiously narcissistic to the point where he has all that money and he spends it on getting Joshua's channel thousands of and hundreds of freaking subscribers for the point of what? To prove what point? The content is the exact same.
He really wants to steal the this video, Hot Cooks. Oh my gosh.
She's been accused of being a content thief by Jax Films.
And then he really wants to steal the. He updated the title, and then he's starting to do these line things that I've been doing for I don't know how long.
Couple of examples. This second example, all you have to do is just simply do the research to find out, because you'll notice that if you even want to use the Wayback Machine, that he started doing those line things as soon as I started doing them, and I've actually was inspired to do them by just different channels that use them, and it was a good like dividing part of like the section of the title and then whatever else after. I have my reasonings. I don't copy and paste it from another channel because I love their channel. Just like this guy does for the attention and views. I feel like he's exactly like what's that one YouTuber that did the 3 AM challenges after someone passed away? He's like that guy. Yes, it is on the same level.
That she took a page out of my book and started her very own Doxing Adventures video series, where she showed up uninvited to the home of Jax Films and posted it on her Instagram.
And if he's saying he wants to fight me in real life over video games, which is insane by the way, but if he actually is trying to fight in real life over something that happened online, keep in mind, and this isn't during the YouTube boxing event things or YouTube boxing stuff going on, and Creator Clash is pretty much not happening. So I have no idea what's going on here. But if it does continue.
Before deleting it. I made a joke about doxing about a year ago. That joke got my entire channel demonetized for a month. So what the fuck's gonna happen to Sniper Wolf when she actually does the thing I joked about?
In my 17 years on YouTube, I've never once had someone come to my home and vaguely threaten me. Sniper Wolf needs to be deplatformed.
Xavier Dark Mario are Alpha and Velocity plays.
Needs to be deplatformed. In this exact moment, she turned from a mere content thief to someone who doxes and stalks her critics.
Now, with fandoms, you might automatically jump to the most extreme situations. When you think about the most extreme fans, you think about scary stories, hearing about celebrities being stalked and harassed. Right online, there have been instances of like extreme fans, stalkers showing up, police getting involved. I mean, there was a story, I won't mention who, but police had to show up and shoot and kill this person. Then you see situations like Tana Mojo having a stalker sending her photos of a guy holding a knife outside of her house.
Now he found my new house's address. He lives out of a van. He messages me like...
The fact that I have a perfect example and analogy of just this whole thing happening, it's just like, bruh. Like, it's the fact that these two YouTubers that it's about are actually known and have millions of subscribers and have the audience and have all of that, and it's the same thing that's happening, just a million times worse with, I guess you could say, smaller creators like myself. You could say, maybe, probably. I don't consider myself to be a small creator. You put all my channels together, it's 1,000 people, and you put all the views together, that's way more than the fake views that any of the birds or any of the frickin' anything can actually amount to. And it's just like, bruh, I just wow, like wow. It's like been years, and the fact that this happened, right? And then it was like pretty much over, right? Then they do all their stuff now, and then they continue doing their content. But now in this situation, it's like, bruh. But don't worry, it's not ended yet. This is just getting good right now. Even though the entire video is going to be good, and it is good. But just wait, this video is a very, it's really good. This was a really fun one to make. I haven't even finished editing it, actually.
People be like that. People be like that. You know, there's bird brains and diabetics everywhere. And when you have stands like that, it's one thing to be a fan, maybe have some type of fantasy with the person they look up to, or a role model that is to them. But it's another thing when it's on a whole next level of a stand, and they actually go with those implications, and they go straight doing those things and trying it. Some people are in that situation where they never got taught what is right and wrong, how it would affect them, both people involved or everybody involved, really. And it sucks that some people will stalk celebrities on the internet and go to the lengths where they be stalking them for years, and it's super sad. But I mean, when you, it's one thing to put yourself out there, right? But it's another thing when you try to swat somebody and getting death threats. And me personally, just messages and texts and words, I don't want people to think that way. I just want people to enjoy what I make. I don't want people to go out there and want to meet me at that very exact moment. If I do meet and greets, if I go to shows, or if I do this and that, then for sure I don't mind say what's up.
Most of the fans I meet who are troubled fans, who are engaging in a way that's not healthy, have an underlying mental illness. It's just...
Yeah, and that instantly the first person that I can think of is diabetic. Something for sure is troubling them in such a way where I'm not sure what's going on there, and I'm not really sure where the parents are at. And overall, I just kind of hope the best for them, and kind of hope they don't make any mistakes and do anything that they will regret and not very much want to do in the long run.
Now, that video was made in like 2023 or something, and that was a clip from Philip DeFranco, by the way, credit to him, talking about a situation with Tana Mongeau, or Mongeau? Mongoose, Mojo. That's right. Sorry, I actually did not remember how to say her name. And makes decent content, by the way. But anyways, I'm not gonna talk about that and get into that. The point being, that was a situation with her, and she also had a stalker. And there's another situation that I remember, some kind of Twitch streamer who set her car on fire or something like that, or destroyed her car. Another content creator, but that I feel like is a different situation. It's just a guy who's trying to try their hardest to get with the girl, and obviously she doesn't want that. There's no freaking trying there. It's just freaking getting mad because the girl rejected you, so you burned down her car. Congratulations, good job. Basically, it's the same with these stands that I'm talking about in this video. It's the same with this bird stand and this fat stand. It's very much the same exact situation. There's nothing to get out of it. There's no solution at the moment. I mean, there's obviously solutions, but they aren't, providing anything to the situation. They're just and no step forward. It's always a step back every time these two people make a video on me, or these people respond, or anytime any of this happens. And I feel like it's also a step back when YouTube's been responding so far. I haven't got any things that are step forwards. I looked at the videos I've reported. The videos I've reported, there's one from 2022, and nothing's being done since. This thing has been going on since 2020. I don't want a freaking Pokemon or Twitch girl protection on Josh or the other one. It's not necessary. And YouTube, you know that. I mean, they have not contributed anything to the platform or anything around the platform or anything related to anything in the platform. You can ask anybody about that. And if anything, I've been contributing to the platform in at least some way, shape, or form. I've even give freaking advice on what we could do with the platform. And I don't work at YouTube, but I made videos talking about what we can do to change things up, because there are some matters that are kind of like, it's kind of like a plot hole or something that can be filled. And if you listen to the ideas I made up on my channel on those videos, and there's way different examples. There's videos about it, or there's live streams and videos that I just talked about certain topics that can be done, can be fixed, and stuff like that. You just have to look on the channel, and I bet you if you go to my 2022, 2023 videos, you'll find one that talks about like profanity and swearing and stuff like that. One of the big examples there. And I wouldn't have made this if something was done back in 2020. If something was done then and maybe done after, then I wouldn't be sitting here making this video showing that clearly, YouTube, you have to do something. But if not, I mean, it's completely fine. I can keep making these videos all the time because it doesn't go against the platform guidelines, and it's just pretty much for what we can do going forward, because they aren't going forward. They're trying to make the whole platform go backward. They're trying to basically bring down the platform. That's not what I want. I'm pretty sure that's not what the audience wants. That's not what LGE wants. And I'm highly sure everybody watching this, that's not what they want, except those people. That's what they want. They don't want the platform to make videos or content on. They don't care. Or maybe is it just a fat stan that doesn't care, and it's the bird that actually cares about the content, but he's being manipulated, once again, like I said, and his mind changed, and he's just following these people like freaking sheep to try to bring down the platform, even though he really wants to do stuff on the platform, but can't make his mind up and even makes videos talking trash on YouTube. Now, I've never done that myself, but I have given advice to YouTube, and there's certain ideas that I gave to YouTube. There's even like just all kinds of stuff that could be, like done, but it's all in a matter of just contacting each other and figuring things out and actually going forward with that. The fact that I have a perfect example and analogy of just this whole thing happening, it's just like, bruh. Like, it's the fact that these two YouTubers that it's about are actually known and have millions of subscribers and have the audience and have all of that, and it's the same thing that's happening, just a million times worse with, I guess you could say, smaller creators like myself. You could say, maybe, probably. I don't consider myself to be a small creator. You put all my channels together, it's 1,000 people, and you put all the views together, that's way more than the fake views that any of the birds or any of the frickin' anything can actually amount to. And it's just like, bruh, I just wow, it's like been years, and the fact that this happened, right, and then it was like pretty much over, right? Then they do all their stuff now, and then they continued doing their content. But now in this situation, it's like, bruh. But don't worry, it's not ended yet. This is just getting good right now. Even though the entire video is going to be good, and it is good, but just wait. This video is a very, it's really good. This was a really fun one to make. I haven't even finished editing it, actually.
Does YouTube play favorites with certain creators? Situation is really unfortunate for YouTube because Sniper Wolf is a creator that YouTube themselves have promoted. And now she's doxing another creator and showing up to his house. So I did a Twitter space with like Keemstar and some other guys, and we had a real tough time finding someone who defended Sniper Wolf.
By the way, credit to all the people that I've clipped for this video's context and for this video's purpose. Go check out that original video by the Act Man, by the way. It inspired me to not only make this, but it inspired me to, you know, finish up this whole thing and kind of like clean everything up finally. You know, DJ cooking this. No, I'm kicking. Yep, I meant to say kidding. Sure, I could be kicking them from the server, kicking them from the lobby, kicking them from my freaking clan team and everything. But that was done years ago, the kicking from the clan. Yeah, no, Origins was always mine. You can't have that. And you also can't have anything with Empire in your name if you're going to just blatantly use it and obviously use it because I'm doing it. Like, bro, come up with your own ideas. Come on now. If you finished school and you graduated, it seems like this is one of the most simplest tasks that you could do. It's funny that it's always about me, but it's like, what about you though?
Yeah, because if you have beef with somebody and you show up to their house and post it, wouldn't that not be in some way a veiled threat?
No.
And it's clearly
now you're just being
right?
I'm not being
disingenuous. So
disingenuous.
there's nothing to really do anything.
Okay.
There's an age-old doctrine that I truly believe in. And you know what it's called? It's called get off my property. Obviously, it's the same tactic that's used before where you go after someone's personal information as opposed to settling things in private conversations or even on platform, on like a stream or something. It's like you can't just go wherever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? I think every sane, reasonable individual agrees with Jack and is on his side. It took YouTube a week to take such action by demonetizing her channel. Oddly though, in YouTube's response on Twitter, they said, off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community, and the behavior on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. Both sides.
What's funny about this really is that their actions betray their feelings on the matter too, because if YouTube truly believed that they were both in the wrong, then why is Sniper Wolf the one getting the temporary monetization ban while Jack is fine? They know what she did was fucked up, but they've endorsed her before. And they've endorsed her super recently, and I think they just don't want to deal with that.
In all seriousness, I don't think Jack has done anything wrong, but I think from YouTube's perspective, they look at his second channel where every video features the same creator, and they falsely equate it to harassment.
This guy's entire channel is just me. Every single video for the past few months has been about me. He harassing me like
Sounds kind of familiar from like maybe a bird's mating call or something. It sounds kind of familiar from a fairy, Fat Man Stan. It sounds kind of familiar, as if it's been said by what I guess we may have thought as males we thought they were, but really, in reality, they're talking like Sniper Wolf, and her gender is...
In reality, Jack's Films is a channel dedicated to essentially pointing a finger at a thief and then making it clear who that thief is stealing from. That's not harassment. Perhaps YouTube sees it as a similar situation with what happened to Leafy, right? He made several videos on Pokimane before he got banned. But Leafy actually did stuff like raid her Discord. Jack is just critiquing. I especially love the part where YouTube says, off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community. I wish they figured this out a year ago, but you know, better late than never. Less than 1 hour after YouTube's tweet, Sniper Wolf posted a half-assed generic ChatGPT apology. I'd also like to thank YouTube for holding me accountable. I deserve it, respect the decision, and appreciate the opportunity to learn and grow from a true lapse in judgment.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
And I also don't like this idea that this 30-year-old woman who's been a content creator for a very long time just somehow didn't know that doxing was too much. So I'm not buying this whole like, it was a lapse in my judgment. It wasn't a lapse in judgment. How insane do you have to be for that to be a lapse in judgment in the first place?
The reason I show the Ackman's video is to show you guys that there are similarities and to compare it to my situation and how similar And unfortunately similar the situation is, because these guys, the fat one said he would come to my house, and he's been harassing me online. The bird has came to a park and has been harassing me online, and now he's saying he wants to fight me. So you know, there's again, like I said, there's no steps forward. There's, like, so far not much of a solution. I kind of hope this video will kind of shine some more light on this, so we can actually all work together and find something for them to do to keep them busy and to keep them off my and for everybody else to just go forward in life and, you know, enjoy themselves and enjoy their life. But it's very hard for a bird. It's so hard for a bird. It looks like I'm holding a Pokeball. Go Ash! And I don't mean... The frick are they called? Abbreviations? Definition of abbreviations. Okay. That's not what it is. That is not what that is. Okay, well, maybe, whatever. I'm done with this segment.
So in conclusion, doxing is bad. Don't do it. Say it before and I'll say it again. YouTube should be a place where we can all hate each other and coexist. Internet beef should never be drawn into the real world unless both parties consent. Remember to ask Jesus.
Homie's ZXinfinite.
Doing your job for you.
Hawkers, could you believe that?
He's making your content interesting and crediting the people you are stealing from. YouTube putting out a tweet saying, where does Sniper Wolf get her ideas from? And she said, I get them from my fans. And these are the ideas. Re-uploaded TikToks.
And I feel like it's the complete opposite. Again, ironic, because him being a fan of me and FaZe Jev, guess who he gets his ideas to stream and do from? Poppy Playtime, Call of Duty, oh, even making an account on YouTube and even doing anything and uploading to YouTube, anything related to YouTube. I wonder where he gets that from. I can't figure out, like, who would be the person to tell him, like, years and years ago, like, back when we were in, like, middle school. Like, I wonder who told him, like, and got him into the whole thing, and even, like, did clans with him if you look up and do the research. I just wonder who could be the person that actually did that. Me, bitch.
She's about to sniper explain what we're watching. Bro's got a big old bag of liquid. She's gonna say something like that.
Bro has a bag of...
Sniper Wolf, you continue to amaze me.
She's faking it. Just like she fakes her gameplay, this is the fakest bitch on YouTube, dude. You are faking the laziest type of content on the platform.
I've already explained, but every time either Jack's Films or the Act Man or really anybody's talking about Sniper Wolf, Sniper Wolf, what does the double S stand for, I wonder? Every time they talk about her, just think of, instead of replace all of those people with me and replace Sniper Wolf with the bird or the diabetic. If you do that, you'll see the exact comparisons and these similarities that I was talking about, and you'll see exactly how perfect this situation in comparison is. I mean, it's worse on frickin' my end because how far he's taking it and how YouTube actually has not acknowledged anything about this, but it's freaking rich. I can't believe that someone's going this far. I'm just like, get a life, you know, get a life right now. Just get one. Oh, and just wait until we get into this next one. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this, and I love how this next one is a perfect example. I gotta put my hat on and get the popcorn out for this. This is gonna make me laugh too hard. I'm gonna have to, like, just get my chair ready after. Oh my gosh.
Oh, but we're not done. It gets so much worse, ladies and gentlemen. One thing that always pisses me off with lazy content creators like this is when they reuse the same 4 faces in every thumbnail. One thing that always pisses me off with lazy content creators like this is when they reuse the same 4 faces in every thumbnail. Now, sometimes I reuse poses or faces, but it's generally spread out so that it's not noticeable at first glance. I've done this just a handful of times.
And it's not hard to make a thumbnail. You have to put the most smallest amount of freaking effort. It's not hard. I mean, especially if apparently I'm already a good actor and I'm acting like this and that. And I mean, I've already acted in actual things, and I've seen my face in the theater already before. And other people have saw it, but I'm not gonna, you know, go out into detail. Like I can make. I'll show you examples right now. Let's just let's do a couple right now. That was in the span of like less than 20 seconds. Come on, bro. Like, it literally isn't that hard to just, if you put in the effort and if you actually care about this type of stuff, it is very much not hard to create something that is so simple to do. And if you're gonna if you're gonna copy me, at least put in the effort to make it look like it's not directly from me, because it's way too obvious that I can point out every single little detail. I can put a lot of research into it and basically content cop this whole thing and really like watch his content, but I just don't care enough. It's just the fact that it's so obvious for everybody to see, and everybody can see it. And everybody, if they did the littlest amount of research, they could realize it. And I mean, it doesn't really take much. Again, like I said, I'm not going to go all the way out there. I've already re-edited this video twice because I watched another video and it talked about something that was very important. So I put that into this video and actually uploaded this video a couple times now. But I think the final nails in the coffin. I already contacted YouTube. They're in the title. If they don't do nothing about it, then the platform it's not gonna be looking good for the platform. But if we go forward and we take these steps to go forward and we actually talk about things that are important for the entire platform, and we go forward on working on this who says he's a content creator, and if we go forward on working on and YouTube talking to him, and maybe even me and him talk, if we can figure stuff out from there and we can make him not go against the guidelines, it'll just be like that. And it's really that easy. It really was that easy for years. But no, YouTube didn't want to do it in 2020. YouTube didn't want to do it any years after and before. So that's why we're in the spot we are in now. And that's why I'm even making this video now, is because a problem that is it does not take any amount of freaking effort at all to do this, and yet it's just so easily can be done. And someone who's narcissistically egotistical, I can't pronounce anything, and uses their power and basically reminds me of John Cena using his politic power backstage, kind of like Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan, but that's a completely different thing, but it's similar in this situation. He acts like if YouTube didn't know me, that's the reason. That's his goal. He wants me to get off YouTube. He wants YouTube to not, contact me or talk to me. He doesn't want YouTube to promote me or anything like that. But I mean, really, YouTube, let's look at the big issue here. That is one of the issues. That is one of the problems. You really want that to be one of your stars on YouTube? You really want to promote that? You want that on the platform? Is that what you want on the trending page? Is that what you want everywhere and for everybody to see? Because I'm highly sure it's not just me that does not want that to be on the platform until they can learn to at least coexist, like the Act Man said. And if he hates me, whatever, as long as we can coexist on the same platform. But it's just too difficult for him to deal with the fact that I am here and he is only here because of me. I just think it really sucks when a well-respected creator like FaZe Jev and myself, as a well-respected creator, well, he's a bigger creator than I am, but how both of us are just being exploited for someone else who does not deserve it. He obviously doesn't deserve it. He's doing all this to bring other people down. He is not supportive, at least. He could just easily just ignore it and just leave it as is. But no, he wants to do these things, and I'm just surprised YouTube has not seen it. And I don't like making these videos, and I don't want to put up these videos, in general. But if there's no conclusion, if I'm not getting an answer at all, I have really no choice. And I mean, this video is just something that's very important for everyone to know. And it's just an important topic that I don't think we should let slide, because if we don't, it's going to get worse no matter what. But it will just only get really worse if we just leave it as is and we don't solve and fix the issues that is very well needed to be fixed, especially in Bird and all of his group of friends of just, I don't exactly know. And I could very easily just, look at their channels and show how obviously fake they are. Oh, wow, look at all these subs and all these inconsistent views. A little weird, but again, I'm not going to go all the way in. I'm just going to show you that, 2,000 subs, right? Only 150 videos, it's an incredible feat. But 1 like, no likes, no likes, no likes, no likes. 10 views on that video. Oh, 200 views though. Look at that. Now, that's awesome. That's 60 views. Look at that. No likes. Okay. No likes. No likes. 2 likes. There it is. Finally. Boom. There it is. 1 like. 1 like. And it's just FNAF mostly. I don't. This video isn't even publicly available, and he left it up. What's going on here? No likes. No likes. No likes. Now Poppy Playtime. What's going on here? No likes. No like. Do I have to prove it? And then these live streams that are just straight up freaking, just gameplay, I guess. I don't know. And it's all Fortnite. So is a Fortnite YouTuber really going after me like this? This doesn't work like that. That's besides the fact that he deleted comments. Now look at the attachment velocity from Call of Duty: The New Modern Warfare's, which is basically a reboot. But how's it a reboot if it's okay? It's not good. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. That channel's not good. It wouldn't do anything if I looked at that channel anyways. So I'm not gonna look at that channel with this other copy. He calls himself Zach for some reason. I don't know why he's trying to copy my name. But yeah, and try to like copyright it. Like that doesn't work. Like it's no stamp of approval going on. Damn! From the original, the frickin' classic, the frickin' OG, the frickin' legendary grandfather, right here. And I'm saying that that's not what goes around in my freaking place, in my house, in my country, in my world. That is not what goes. But I think I'm going to end off this video with a reaction to a video that is just so important. It was a year ago, and I initially, I believe I reacted to it before, but I didn't actually look at it when I had the time. So I'm going to spend about 30 minutes of bleach in my eyes on the screen. If you want no bleach in your eyes visually, then do not watch the next 30 minutes. With everything else done, and overall the conclusion I have is I just move on, bro. But there is one last thing that I'd like to show. Since my music is apparently hip-hop, and I have to be black to make that type of music, apparently what the Fat Man Stan has said, and even Bird and his mom himself, yes, his mom, his biological mother,
who responded to me for whatever reason, I am not sure, probably for reasons, because, wouldn't be the first time, but I'm not interested. I don't have to explain that. I'm gonna edit that out.
And since I have to be so specifically a color to make any type of music, apparently, even though my music isn't necessarily hip-hop, and it's not dedicated to one genre, it is not just one genre, I just call it my music, and it's just whatever it is, and I make whatever I make. But with that all in mind, here's something from Blackie Speaks, credit to him, shout out to him. In one of his videos talking about Drake having beef with Moss Deep or something like that, or most definitely. There's a clip from that video that I'd like to show to end this video off with. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have a grand legendary day. Thank you for coming to the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazzy jazz. I love jazz. Do you like jazz? I'll see you guys in the next content thing. I'm most likely going to stream some Super Bomberman R tonight, so if you guys are interested, or at least MST, Mountain Standard Time, just to try out the game because, you know, Bomberman and, you know, my channel.
Drake's first response was this.
Hip-hop is a culture. It's a way of life. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk. It's the break dancing, the rhymes, stage shows, DJ, the mixing, the scratching, the wordplay. That's hip hop. The staircase MC, you know what I'm saying? House parties, block parties, rec room parties. All that is hip hop.
But that's just hip-hop and Method Man's perspective of it and his perception of it. But overall, music is whatever you want it to be. That also goes for anything that's a thing, not just music. Make your music, have fun, do whatever you want to do. That's what I do, and people don't like it, and people do like it. So, how it's supposed to be, I guess, usually. I mean, sometimes it's more than the other, or freaking just different tip and scales. I don't know, whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you next time.